Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap and review, I'm having water, and tonight I'll be discussing The Auction by Rebekah Sinclair. This is the fourth book in the series, though they are true standalones. You don't necessarily have to read the other books, but I would recommend them as I personally really enjoyed them. I did download this off of KU, and of course I'm giving my honest opinion. These are the highlights and the content warnings. And my rating for this book is a 4.5, so what's it about? So this book is about Cassidy, who never thought she would find herself in this situation, but to save her home, she decides to put herself and her virginity up for auction with the Black Ledger Company, a super exclusive private club for the elite. She also never expected who the winning bidder would end up being, because it is none other than Jackson, her brother's best friend and her first heartbreak. Now, Jackson never intended to be at the auction that night, but when he sees Cassidy up on the stage offering herself up to men who do not deserve her, he decides he has to win that contract. Now they are bound by a contract where Cassidy's heart was not part of the agreement, but Jackson, who has always been in love with her, decides he is not going to let her go. So what are my thoughts? Again, I'm giving this a 4.5. Now, I think of the series, this book is my favorite, and that's mostly due to our two MCs, Cassidy and Jackson. I absolutely love Jackson because he, from page one, you could tell was in love with Cassidy, but he didn't act upon it because of her brother. But that didn't stop him from doing questionable things like cyber stalking her. Now, he only did it to check up on her and make sure she was safe, but once that was done, he definitely liked to joke around with her based on the knowledge that he had. So she was kind of low-key aware that he was stalking her, so they would just joke back and forth. So they had some really great banter. But even though within a couple keystrokes he could have figured out her situation and why she was putting herself up for auction like this, he really also was about respecting her privacy and wanting to earn her trust so that she would feel comfortable telling him what was really going on with her situation. So yes, he cyber stalked her, but he was also all about protecting her privacy. So you could tell he was absolutely gone for her, and I really enjoyed him. Now, when it comes to Cassidy, this is a girl who has a lot on her plate, but we don't learn the full extent of it until the end of the book. And we learn that she wasn't just putting herself up for auction to save her home, but also to reclaim her power in a situation she's being forced into. The one forcing her into that situation is none other than her brother. And he wears a mask for everyone else in their lives, including Jackson. But for her, he's an absolute monster who's made her life hell her whole life. So I really appreciated and enjoyed her strength as well as her sass, especially when it came to Jackson. Like, the chemistry between these two was off the charts. She gave as good as she got, did not back down, especially when it came to their prank war. Now, again, like I said, they had some great banter and chemistry, but they also had some great sexual tension because these two have been in love with each other most of their lives. The thing standing between them was her brother, but now that's been removed because of this auction, and it's all systems go, and they're just trying to get acclimated to their feelings and act upon it now. And I just really enjoyed that tension. Overall, I had a really good time reading this book. I enjoyed the story and the characters, and I would recommend it. I hope you give it a try. It is currently available, and I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.